We're going to take a look at the Vortex Sparc, and this is a really nice red dot sight. I received this from a really good buddy of mine that knows his gear, and he said, man, I want to recommend this sight. He had no affiliation with this company, but he has been using it in different competitions around the country, and he said, Don, I really think you need to try out this little Vortex. He uses the aim points, and he said for the price this is, in fact, he purchased 6 of them and sent me one just as a gift to try out. So we're going to check this out, and I really have high expectations for this sight just because of Robert, who sent this to me. He's my buddy over at US Grunt Gear. He is a really good friend of mine. We do a lot of stuff back and forth, and have really gotten to be good friends. What a great guy. And obviously sending this over just as a just because he wants me to try it out, I'm really excited about getting started with it. From what I understand, Vortex has a great customer service. It has a little manual here that tells about operation. There is a small cleaning cloth as well. Everything's wrapped up nicely, and the very small, lightweight sight, but excellent. And for being able to detach onto your rifle, not adding a lot of weight. Now, one thing about this sight is the mount that is exceptional, and it has a high riser. As you can see, it gets pretty high. It has a low riser as well. But to get in between, you can use this shim, and this will raise your mount up just a small amount on a high, or you can take the low riser and raise it up. So you have 4 different options of the height of how you want to mount this sight. Now, to give you a little bit of the external features, this is your off and on switch right here. Just a quick little click turns it on, and then to turn it off, you need to press it and wait 5 seconds. So that way you're not going to inadvertently turn this thing off. But the one thing is, you need to hold it down until that thing cuts off, and you'll notice it in the viewfinder. You have your adjustments for brightness. You can lower the level of brightness, or you can raise the brightness setting. It has 10 increments, including night vision, and this drops it down really low, not to interfere with any kind of night vision. Of course, the outer body is anodized aluminum, but here the whole electronic mechanism is covered in a rubber boot. Here is the battery cover here where the battery is housed. You can just remove this fairly easily. And it's one of the CR2354 batteries, pretty thick, but a really very strong signal in this battery. You have, of course, your elevation and your windage. These are attached, as you can see, with these wires, so you've got to get it in the right spot to pull it off. Be careful that you don't start twisting these wires, which makes it really easy to do. But this just retains your covers, so you're not going to lose your caps when you're adjusting your sights. Because this sight is so small, these little turrets are going to be very small as well. Now, the adjustments can be adjusted up to 90 MOA, and it'll go around 2 times, 45 and 45. So you have a 90 on the elevation and on the windage, and each click is 1 MOA. And MOA is really roughly an inch at 100 yards. That means when you click it, it's going to be an inch difference. It's going to raise it up an inch at 100 yards. At 200 yards, it's going to be 2 inches, and 300 yards, 3 inches. One small criticism that I have is the cover, the lens covers that go on this. And I hadn't had it for just a little while, and one of these pieces snapped off. So I went ahead and cut it off. It will cover, though, your lenses, even with the one strap. The only problem is if it does come loose, you could actually lose it altogether. Now, the Sparc is waterproof. It is fog-proof. In fact, it's nitrogen filled, and it's shockproof. And it does have an unlimited eye relief. So you can place this anywhere along the rail, your Picatinny rail. If you like to bring it on out farther, which a lot of guys do, I brought mine in really to co-witness very closely to my rear sight, and it is exactly on the sight, the front and rear sight. When I look through the sight picture, I see the sights lined up. It just gives me an extra red dot. That way, if this ever fails, I'm going to be in good shape. Now I turned off my light to be able to get this in place. This red dot's distorted from what it really looks like. It is a 2 MOA, and then each click with the adjustments is 1 MOA. Now this is parallax free past 50 yards, and what that means is that no matter where the dot is in your sight, you're going to be on target. But at 50 yards, you're actually going to be 1 inch off at 50 yards. So you don't have to worry about like the sight being to one side or wherever that dot is hitting. That's where you're aimed at. It's parallax free, so you should be on target to hit wherever that red dot's pointing. Now you guys know that I really like both eyes open when shooting. In fact, that's the proper way to shoot a rifle or handgun, and it does take some practice. But the Sparc is really designed to be both eyes open, and it will really help you. It gives you a lot of peripheral. It keeps your depth perception. It actually allows you to have a lot faster target acquisition. So both eyes open, that is, in fact, it's even in the owner's manual. Now the weight on the Vortex Sparc is 5.2 ounces, so it's really lightweight. It's about 3 inches long, and its lens is a 22 millimeter lens. It does come with this 2x magnification adapter that just screws right in back here to your lens. To be honest with you, I was not very impressed with this. It really limits your sight picture. It brings a tunnel in very close, and I just wasn't impressed with this. You may want to try it, but in fact, my buddy that sent me the scope told me, he said, you're not going to like this 2X. And you know what? He was dead on. There you go. Not a bad little tack driver.
Why didn't you just have him hold it? I wasn't setting it on anything.
I think these people want to walk.
It's about 20 rounds, just continuous right into that same hole pretty much. Now this is at 100 yards. When I sighted the scope in, when I sighted the Sparc in, I did it at 50 yards. So I was actually hitting right here, if you see these shots. And so then I decided to just aim toward the top of the target. And at 100 yards, you really can't see a lot. So just kind of group it in there. That was just absolute luck. But just put it in that hole. That's about it's about 4 inches. So if you're looking for a really nice quality red dot sight without breaking the bank, this runs, I've seen them on a number of places. In fact, on eBay I saw them for about $199. And it is an excellent sight for that price. Very comparable to a lot of higher end sights, red dot sights. So I want to highly recommend the Vortex Sparc. I've had this now for about 4 months, and I have used it quite a bit on a number of different rifles. And to be honest with you, I'm going to leave this on my 22. This is my Colt 22. I did shoot it quite a lot on one of my AR-15s. Held up extremely well, but I just really like this optic on the 22, and I really like to shoot this 22 a lot. So, but I would highly recommend this for even your 5.56 or even an AK-47 if you get the right mounting structure on it. And as always, thanks for watching. Please subscribe for more fun gun reviews and sensible survival. God bless America. Long live the Republic. Today we're going to look at the Vortex Sparc.
I sound wimpy over here with this little 22 compared to that cannon. Off the top, I didn't adjust the sight at all. There are three, they're like boom, boom. Still a drink run like that, but I'm used to it. You get that red dot. That's the red dot really is like
Covers.
well, it covers kind of that top head. It's about, it's that big. Anyway, I don't really care about sighting that thing in at 100 yards.
No, I wouldn't change the setting on it, because that's pushing a 22.
Right.
That's, 75 yards is pushing it a little bit, unless it's, an extremely accurate 22, but I like to zero them at 50 yards, and you're pretty much good from point blank out to about 65 yards. 60, 65.
Well, even if I'm aiming center of mass here, I'd still be hit down in
Oh
here.
yeah. I was talking about shooting squirrels with 22 now.
Bad guy. I know about zombies.
If I'm gonna shoot bad guys, I want something bigger than the 22.